Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 4th of March 1953, which is a little bit later than I originally planned for this video, because my original plan was to show you the first winter of our town, which we populated in the last part. To be honest, I did record it, but I got a little bit distracted with setting up some supply lines and getting this operational in order to sort out my economy. And well, so to be honest, it wasn't very good. So what I decided to do is just pick up on the 4th of March and just give you an update of what I did through the winter. And the focus of this video is going to be working on some industry in this new town here, working on getting it a little bit better, maybe trying to improve our economy, also hopefully getting the first population into our new town up here. But I've still got a bit of a problem up here with respect that I haven't quite finished the water processing plant here. If you come underground, there's one little short length of pipeline that seems to be a little bit resistant to competing. The other thing I've also realized, hopefully the truck will be here. Yep. Okay. So we've now got the gravel truck here, and you need to pick up on the custom shed here and meet. And what I need to do is deliver some gravel to here, 100%, yeah, because we need to get gravel into here so that once we move the population in, they will have nice clean water. So we're just going to ignore this area for the moment. I did have one fire during the winter which burnt down, I think, one of these buildings. I can't remember which one it was now. So that is what we're going to try and do in this part. Now, before that, as usual, a big thank you for all your comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot to think about. Now, I did get a comment about the fact of the pollution and that I should have moved my industry further away. And I couldn't have moved it up into here because this bit of the map is a little bit deceptive. If I show, oops, no, not that one, F2. You see, we've got a lot of contours here. And of course, when you've got big footprint factories like this, trying to build on here, the gateway, I'll just show you if I can find fossil fuels, we get an oil refinery. Quite often you can get this in here, but if I tried to level this, the game will often flick backwards and forwards. And then of course the problem then is actually getting the road built. And that's a bit of a problem I had with the heating factory here, as I pushed the heating factory right back here. And when I placed it, my original plan was to try and get a road through here. But because of the slope, if you can see the slope off here, because the platform lifted up, I had to put the road out here. And that actually had a bit of consequences for the last winter, in the fact that I did have a little bit of a phase when these small trucks weren't delivering enough workers. In fact, just speed the game up a bit. And what I've actually done, in fact, bang on time, is that I created another route from over here to be able to ensure that the work's here. And upon reflection, I think if I was to do this map again and build this city again, I think what I would do is actually put the heavy industry out here, where it should be, because the terrain here is a little bit flatter and we could work with it. And of course the coal mine. So and what I would do is then kind of keep maybe the town roughly where it is, but let's say have the heavy industry out here, and then I probably would have driven the railway across here and had all the rail infrastructure coming out this way. And of course what that would have meant is that a lot of these rail lines would have been a lot shorter as well. But you've got to live with your mistakes. That's the name of the game. And I think one of the things about playing realistic mode is you need to be flexible. I think one of the traps that you can fall into when you play realistic mode is trying to plan the ideal city from the get-go. Because, well, there's no such thing as an ideal city, and circumstances are changing all the time. So that's why I think that you just need to be a bit more flexible. And what I've done is I've actually restricted access to some of these buildings. In fact, I think what we will do now, we're getting to a position where what I'm going to do is just turn off two of those two buildings. I think they're the most worst affected. But I'm not going to move the population out of fire. Oh, great. I'm having a few problems with fire at the moment. And the fire crew should be able to deal with that heating pump. But fire crew, please. Yeah, they're just on the way there. Yeah, I seem to. I don't know if it's the game itself, but sometimes you get spurts of fire. Now, the other comment I got was about fuel costs. Now, at the moment, except for the up north, I've managed to change my fuel supply system so that I'm still effectively getting the fuel for the price of imported crops, or with an offset because we've got the farm operating. And what I've actually done is use something which it works when you've got this situation, but it doesn't work for a wider fuel distribution system. And that is a technique I call chaining gas stations. What I've got is I've got a truck that's bringing the fuel to this gas station, and you can see here it's set to 35 tons. And then I've got another little truck in here, which is in one of these distribution offices, stroke construction offices in this area, which is very crowded now. And what it's doing is picking up fuel from here. Ooh, bit of a traffic jam here. Let me just check this. I've got a feeling that we may have a... Let me just check the priorities. Yeah. Can you do that, please? Yeah, when you see a little queue like that on a main road, make sure your priorities are right, especially around a gas station like this. Yeah, that one's done. That one's done. Obviously, I missed that one. Yeah, it was probably about the only junction I missed through here. Because what you need to do is, especially with the complex traffic mode on, what you don't want is some side truck coming out once in a blue moon, clogging all the traffic. Anyway, back to the gas station. So what I've got is the truck bringing the gas to here. Then I've got this distribution office, and it's important with the distribution offices that you set a minimum on here. And also don't get all your sink deliveries set to high capacity. What you need to do, and then what this is doing is supplying, well, if I click this here, come up here, you'll see we're supplying this technical office and then this group of buildings here. And what this does is actually cut down your fuel costs, because your trucks aren't doing duplicate journeys. They're actually just shuttling the fuel along between two gas stations. So it means that you don't get massive a truck, say from a truck coming all the way down from Highview over there just to deliver one load of fuel to here. So you get this kind of daisy chain effect. Anyway, so that is something else like that. Now, I did get a suggestion about putting in a red star here or a monument, and I think that's quite a good idea. So we're going to drop a monument in here just to help with the get that working there. So that is the current situation. So what I'm going to do is just take you through some of the things that I set up. What we've got going here now is a microbrewery and a food bakery. And I must admit, from a realistic mode perspective, I'm really starting to like this idea of locally produced food using crops, imported crops. I think it works in, and it means that you don't have to, especially when you're trying to get some momentum, rather than trying to go for a big centralized distribution system. I think this works. And I'm also getting hooked on these hunting lodges, because what's happened now is I've got this area here. It looks a bit complicated because we got 3 distribution offices. I think this one collects the meat from the distribution office and puts it into the meat store. And then this one is distributing meat to the, I think all it's doing at the moment is dropping meat there. Then we got this one here, which is actually distributing food and alcohol to the shop and the buildings here. And of course, we've got a pub now just tucked in here to make everybody a little bit happy. What I've also done is I've put should be a refrigerated truck in here. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go there, set this to 30%, and very quickly that. And what that's going to do is export the surplus to the border, and that will give us another income stream across here. So that's what I've got set up here. Surplus food and alcohol is, I've kind of done this as an experiment. So what we got is this distribution office is bringing in crops and then exporting the surplus by anything over 50% in the warehouse is being exported. So what we got is a kind of a bit of a matrix going there. I've started the process of shutting down this area and freeing up the three bits and pieces, and what I've done is I've actually probably assign this now, build that depot. What that means is I can get rid of this free depot, and that frees up so I can use it in the north. So we're going to build the depot here, get that done, and then eventually I would say the gas station is now gone. We've got this distribution office that's bringing in the iron ore that's just left over from when I was importing the gas from here. And then we got this little construction office here. It's just providing support to the roads, which is up here. Now up here I've made a couple of changes. One, because I realized that I haven't put a road connection to there, and I need to put a footpath connection to there. I'm waiting for this to be built. Also, I need to put power into here. I also hadn't put the power into here, so we got a power substation here. The other thing I also realized is that I haven't actually got a fire station up here. We're going to need a fire station because this is too far for fire trucks to travel, especially in the winter. And that means that what I'm also going to do is need to put in is a small gas station. In fact, I'm very tempted to put in a proper gas station. Where could we put a proper gas station? You just see. Put it. Put it there. Ground's dropping down, which is the. No, it's not. Actually, I think, considering that we're just gonna have this, I could put later on, if we bring trucks up here, we could put a gas station down here, but we'd have to do a new power substation type thing. I just thought, because somebody did post a comment about putting fuel into the quarries, and one of my favorite little ones for providing gas station, where is it, where are you, is putting in a little thing like this. Put you in about start build because of infrastructure. You might be able to just tuck this on the corner here, put you in there, get those built. I mean, this is a long-term project, and I suppose that's a good segue into the way forward for this town here. Right, we've now got another office block built. We've now finished the school. I want to check what I want to start putting together this area. Oh, I haven't got a cargo thingy bob, because this is the wood cutting post. This is the sawmill. Yeah, I've looked at this several times and kept thinking about it, and then promptly forgot about it as well. If we put you there, we'll get there. Put you there. Get that built. Get that built as well. And then these don't generally need a lot of resources, so maybe we'll just push that for the moment. We got the expansion buildings here, and we've got workforce should be flowing in. It allow these people to move into there. In fact, where is the Ironton name? Okay, just there it is. There. We're going to allow people to move into there. But that's now finished. We get that built. Right. So the next thing, just going to slow the game up a bit. Actually, I don't want the game to run away. Next thing I want to do is put in some clothes production here. You can say these are going to be the local artificers that's going to produce clothes for this town, but more importantly, we could also provide clothes for down in this area, if I want to put a village up here. And the other one also is the fact that we can make some cash by producing clothes, and then because the border's so close by, we can ship the clothes out. So what we're going to do is just come into here. We're going to need the warehouse first. Where's the one? Is big warehouse here. That's quite interesting to see that the contact point is just there. Interesting. What I'm going to do is, the Tudor linen factory doesn't produce a lot any what we call it, any pollution, but at the same time I don't want to push my luck too much, so we'll just put you about there. But asphalt road up to there. And of course we're going to need a cargo thingy bobby thingy. Get you preferably on that one there. That will come there. So we're going to bring the crops into there, and this will also be a pickup for clothes. Factory. Put the Tudor linen factory just the back here, like that. It's got water, fuel, and power, which is brilliant. Maybe we'll just tilt it a little bit, and then we'll put the Tudor clothing factory there, like that. And then we can, and just in case, I mean, this should be close enough, but I want to get this going fairly early. Well, we'll see how it goes. Monkey game. And then just to leave a little bit of space there, we can hook this up. Actually, we could probably put in, we've got them there. Actually, we could put a bus platform in here, actually. I think we'll put one in just so in case we want to bus in workers. That'd be pretty good. I think I like that. And then that means we can put a footpath there, there and there. We got that one sorted out there. Now there's one thing left, because the linen factory actually needs logs. I think it uses logs, isn't it? Yep. So what we're going to do is, I mean, it doesn't consume that much in the way of logs. Let me just check. Yeah, it uses 2 tons of logs a day, so it's not a massive drain on resources. So what I can do is just use this up here. Put you in about there. So what we can do is, whoops, don't want that. You've got that picked up, that picked up, that picked up. That's good. So we can get a clothing industry in here, get all this built in, let that run. And what that will do is produce the clothing for this area here. And also make us a little bit of cash. Just spin up here. This is now finished. So we'll you into there. And what we also need up here is another substation. Now the substation here will supply that, but what I want to do is put something. I think this one's covered by substation here, but maybe is a little bit of extra insurance. Just put substation there. Put a gravel road around to there. Now, conveyors generally don't draw massive amounts of power, so what we should be able to do is get through with the 1 point. Into there. Through there like that. This is the type of power line that I can often forget about, so we're going to actually build that power line. Once this is all connected, this means it'll go there. My strategy for getting this area up and running is, as the population grows in this area, what we're going to do is build this, and through here to there, so that we can process iron ore into iron. And what that will mean is that instead of hauling iron all the way down from the border at cost to over to the steel mill there, we can bring iron ore into here. Probably, well, the actual warehouse will be there, won't it? Will it be there? Yeah, because it will come that way, that way, that way, that way. So what we'll probably do is build this one first. And it's going to be a little bit of a, actually, I think what we will do is put that road way through. Actually, no, not happy with that. Let me just, it's going to take too long to build this, so just remove this road. There. Take that out. Take this road out. And we're... Ha ha ha. But the game's gonna... Nope. That'll be good. There's the road there. Kick you out. Put you there. And then we'll just build that as a single length. That would be a bit more efficient. Then we can connect in all this infrastructure once that's actually finished. So that's that done there. This is now planned. The other thing I might do is put an electronics workshop up here somewhere, so that we can produce our own electronics as well. Possibly we could put it over here, in this area here, or maybe out here. But that's something And what that would do is cut down my cost of electronics. Want to look at the economy? Yeah, we're starting to turn a profit. Right. What we're going to do now is go up here. I just want to check what's going on here. Let me just... Right, we've now built in this pipe here. We've got gravel in here, which means technically this area is ready to be populated. And the idea is going to be take off tourists and students. Don't want that. What I want to do is get some people in here, because our first objective is going to be to build the farm out here, so that we can get some farming done, ready, up and going for next year. So we'll get the farm up and running. It's going to be a little bit risky, actually. My fire station. Here's the fire station. We're only going to have the one fire engine, so we want something that can level 6, level 4, level 2, level 5. Okay, we're gonna have to go with the BMG 30, whatever it is. It's going to be a bit risky with respect to provide fire coverage to here, but the idea is that if I can get the farm built first, and then because we can automate the farm and start harvesting this area, and then what we can do then is be able to start producing some food up here again for export, or at the very least we can just export the crops to the border. We also need to get some construction offices up here as well. In fact, I'm kind of thinking maybe, because I want a proper construction office. Let's put a construction office in about here. Go for a 16. We'll put you there because you'll be in range of power. So we'll just get you there. So the first thing I want to do is just get these people moved into here and settled, say maybe 100, 150 people, and so that we're getting here. So what that will do is the economy is cut down the cost of the foreign manpower first. Yeah, so we'll build the construction office here first, and then we'll work on starting to build this area here. I think that worked, and what we'll do is do exactly what I've done down the bottom, is put in some food production here, which we can then start to consider as an option. In fact, I think did I plan a fire station down here? I'm kind of thinking maybe I actually need a better fire station. Yeah, I think what we'll do is, it won't be that far away from there, will it? So if I put in, I have water. The only thing you won't have is heating, because we got no heating, which is something else we're gonna have to consider. Yeah, I think we're actually going to put a proper fire station in. I'm a bit twitchy about just having, so yeah, was it 1, 4, get those built first, get that underway. Shall I move somebody in? Yeah, I think we will, because we do need that fire coverage. So I think if we move about 100 odd people in, and then we can let people just move in under their volition. So let's see, we're actually getting people into here, so I think we're going to steal some workers from here. We've got no workplace. Let me just see where are the unemployed. Oops, sorry. Where are the unemployed? Wow, we got unemployed over here. Okay, got, I think we can pull probably about 50 or 60 from here. Then it's going to put a little bit of a dent in the workforce here. Oh, one problem I did get during the winter was this heating plant, and there was absolutely a complete dead loss here with respect to the bus station here. So I think we're pull some people from there, and then I think the other thing we're going to do is get some, pull some, how's the population up here? It looks pretty good. 90 workers there. I don't, 160 there. I think that would be enough to be going on. So we kind of pick out. Now I'm expecting a lot of attritional losses up here. The other thing we're also going to need up here is a star, aren't we? Okay. We're put 120 in there. Another 20 in there. And then we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, about 50 in there. And then we'll put some 1, 2, 3, 4, 50 in there as well. Of course, what we're going to do now is let people, the adventurous members of society, to move into there. Won't switch these on just yet. We've got water flowing. Let me just check. Make sure we got a good water connection. Water. Of course, the sanitation is going to have to come from the technical office. Actually going to need some snow plows in here as well. These are actual waste trucks, aren't they? Right, we're going to need some snow plows up here. Capacity. Let's plowing speed 19. 1, 2, 3. Get 3 of those up here. So we get that going. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's a bit quick off the mark. That's not good. That means we may have to think about the sewage outfall system. You weren't meant to do that quickly. Nope. Or want that built and that built. Get the fire station working. Got nobody contributing to the fuel supply, power supply. Right, we might need some more workers in there. Let's see. Oh, I need an ambulance. 5,500 kilometers. Well, I'll just go for that. Get Zeal in there. Right, we're going to need some police cars. 2, 3 of those. Probably don't need that number of police, but okay. And yeah, I did the secret police. Obviously, I forgot the rest. So what we're going to do is just let these guys settle down. We're going to have to use the foreign workers until the population builds up a little bit. Because obviously most of the workforce in this area will be occupied providing this here. Right, we do need fuel deliveries out here now. Where's my distribution office? Add you to the gas station. Don't need vast quantities of fuel. We're just, what's the capacity? Yeah, about 20 tons will do nicely. That will mean that the trucks can operate in this area. We just need to give the construction office, the fire station, and it should be good to go. And then once they got the construction office, we'll do the necessary changes, and then we're start to get a little bit of a focus on this area. And hopefully with a better fire station here that's fully equipped, should be. In fact, I'm a bit tempted. These are here. We've got the gas station there. This doesn't produce any pollution, does it? We may have an education product. Well, we got 100, 2, 3, 4. Got about room for about 600 people up here, so I think that would be okay. Very, very twitchy about the waste though, so we may have to. I didn't really want to put a waste outfall there but that's a long way to there, isn't it? Okay, let me just see. Let me just check something. Sewage discharge. Oh. This isn't going to work, is it? This is a deep pit. Let me just see. Okay, we're going to need to work on that. The alternative is that what I actually do is cheat a little bit. Where is it? Sewage discharge. Where is it? Could do something like that and pretend that it's actually there, but we're still going to need a free excavator to get that sorted. I think I may have to accelerate the sewage discharge a little bit more than I thought. Although we'll just see how it goes. Let me just see. Yeah, it's what was that? Okay, we got a whole load of new vehicles. We'll take a look at those. I need a bigger water truck. Sewage truck, actually, not water truck. 3.5 cubic meters. This is, we've got a sewage steamer here, which that's 22 kilometers an hour. This one's 36 for, that's too small. What loads are these guys actually carrying? Let me just see. Where are you? See, I think what's happening is that they're picking up small amounts. Where have you all gone? Okay, here. See, they're picking up 0.1 tons of water. Okay. Let me just. Where's my you? What are you? What are you? You're by a sewage truck. You're 60 kilometers. You're 3.5. You're 36. I think we're with you. Let you come out. And of course, he's going to wander off to the gas station. Because they always go to the gas station from the get-go. So what we're going to do is put you here. Your job is to cut from here, wait until loaded, and then run down to there. And what we're going to do is put the sewage guy onto there. Right. While that's going, we're just going to shoot down and see what's going on down at the other end of the map. Apologies that we're going to be probably doing some flying backwards and forwards going forward. I'm hoping that once this area is settled down, we can start to think a little bit more about that. So this is building in quite nicely. That's being rollered. It's nearly finished. This is now built. This is built. We don't really need to build the infrastructure just yet. Yeah. What is here? Oh, that's the sewage pump thingy. Haha. We don't need to build that just yet. We got this built. We don't need to build this because if I build it, it will burn down. I don't want to send workforce up there. We've now got a nice new depot, which means I can now get rid of you. And what we will do is put that bit of road in there. So we got a depot here, which means that I can buy vehicles for this area. Not worry about too much about that thing. How are we filling up here? Quite nicely. We've got workforce coming into there. Let's just see how far this guy can walk. 332. I think you've got the coverage all around here. I think we're going to add you to the mix as well. And how are we doing up here? This is, wow, that's pretty quick. Anything I don't like about these, if I can do it the other way. Cargo stations. No, it's not gonna. The only downside with these cargo stations is that they have a very small footprint. I think how's the road up here now? This road's nearly finished. We can work on that. And I think we can start getting in, build the conveyors here. And we'll start work on that there as well. There's going to be our output store. Let's have a quick look at our train and see whether he's wandered off and doing anything crazy. He's now making reasonable progress. I am very tempted to see if I can get. How much is it going to cost me for another rail construction disassembled thingy? Let's just see. Disassembled. 400,000. Is that going to be worth it? I think I'm going to hold off on that just for the moment. I know I should be prioritizing rail, but my profit margin at the moment is not. It's only about 42,000. I think, and I want to drive forward the northern colony. So, right, we've got that. Get that road up to there. That in there. You can down there. Fire. Okay, that's well under control. We've got a population over 11,000. Let me just, while we're here, I just want to check. Fuel is getting a little bit icky. Probably need to keep an eye on that. The food situation here is pretty good. It's fuel that could be a bit of a problem. So when if push comes to shove, we wondering where I could put another biofuel plant in. Anyway, let me just zoom up to here. And how are we doing? How are you? Yeah. I think we're probably getting a... Yeah, it's a lot more efficient now because these little trucks aren't coming into here. Yeah, I think that's quite useful, stopping with respect to there. Well, this is coming along quite nicely. We've got 3 excavators on that area there. That's working quite nicely. See what the happiness is like here. See whether our citizens are liking. It's pretty grotty, what they're complaining about. I've got a hospital here somewhere. We've got electronics. Got the loyalty. Building without power supply. Right, we're going to have to force the issue a little bit here. 49 workers. This needs to... This is one of the problems, is that I wish there was a way that you could set a priority on a building and say, I want the workers in here working regularly. It's the unstable power supply that's... Yeah, okay. We're going to have to... Didn't really want to do this, but I don't think I've got a lot of choice. What we'll do is we'll kind of spread the... Actually, we need to keep that power going, because if we don't have power, you don't get anyone working here. Right, how's the loyalty as well? Unknown. Haha. I think we need a symbol of the Republic here. It's a bit big. Actually, what we can do is put in... Where are they? Monuments, where are you? I'll put in some of these, get some of these around. One in there. One in there. That's been picked up. And we'll just build those very quickly. Yeah, we're probably going to have some unemployment in here, but we're just going to have to live with that. Sewage tank overflow. 85%. I think what I need is a road connection across here. We'll just go for mud roads. And another one just there. These guys aren't really covering the area that well. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to work on a sewage line here. So these guys are just going to have to grin and bear it, I think. So we're just going to have a little bit of a population drain out of here, especially during the winter. That's the way it is. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We've got momentum down here. can always send convicts up there. We got a population growing here. 1 unemployment. Small children, yeah. This is where you've got to be a bit careful with this now, and also some of your other stats now, because we got effectively what's a bad area that can cause problems. So we got that functioning there. Got that functioning. We got right. This is now built. Problem we're going to get is, can we get a workforce to go out there? If I turn this on, actually, I've just had an idea. What's the population of this? It's 189. We're gonna put that block there. That needs to be built. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll get this block. When this block is finished, we'll put all the workers in this block. We'll go to the bus platform, and then what we'll do is use that to get this area up and running here. And once we got this area up and running, what you're going to do is we're going to wipe out the uranium and the bricks and the prefabs and the aluminium. We're going to have about 59 tons of boards. That would give, actually no, 42 tons of boards. That's more than enough for what we want. And then what we'll have is the 250 tons of wood in there, which will get that going. And then, so yeah, so we're going to populate that and this area here. And then hopefully over time this will, let me just check that. Yeah, so that will, they will actually reach there. And with a little bit of a footpath persuasion, possibly from there or from there. In fact, what we could do, that's built, so something like that. And then we can push across to there, that in there. This is all built. This is now being built as well, and hopefully it won't burn down. We've got place for a little gas station there, and I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.